David?
Your call.
I'll take questions, guys.
What got into Taylor, just as far as like what you saw from him? He was just really good shooting from outside and creating his own shot.
Yeah, I thought he, and we needed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talked about it, each timeout, trying to chop away at the lead a little bit. We talked about putting a little game pressure on those guys. They played with a lead, and we felt like if we could get the game a little bit tighter, it'd be tighter for them. But I thought he made shots. He did a good job, and especially with Horn out, we needed somebody else. We were losing. We lost our 17, 18-point score, and we needed someone to step up, and I thought he played really big down the stretch for us.
Did this team look any different than the last time you saw it a month ago?
Pitt?
Yeah.
No, I just think I think those guards have grown up. And, early in the year, because they're young guys, may have forced a couple things. I think that now they're playing within the system, and, Hinson is such a good player, but I didn't think tonight he forced a bunch of shots. I thought he maybe 1 or 2, but he kind of played within it, and, he was efficient 8 for 16. I think the guard players got better and solid on both ends of the floor.
You mentioned chipping away at that lead. What were you able to do to make things a little tighter?
Yeah, I just thought we started driving the basketball, early on. I thought we settled, we were throwing the ball in the post, and, we were able to, get a lot of ball and player movement, and we got some driving lanes, and we drove it, and I thought Taylor finished around the rim, and I think that was the pressure of it. And, a lot of times, teams that get big leads, they relaxed a little bit, and I thought Pitt relaxed a little bit, and we were able to, take advantage of some of that.
Do you think this team deserves to be in the NCAA tournament?
Pitt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they deserve. I think we got 7 or 8 teams that should be getting in the tournament. It's unfortunate that 10 teams are going to have to roll into Washington D.C. and try to win the tournament to go. Like, it's unfortunate for our league. Every game that we played this year has been pretty much competitive. They've been a two or three possession game, and I love for some of those teams that's in the field to have to come to some of these venues and play. So I think Jeff's done a really good job. I think you can make a case for him and at least 2 or 3 more other teams that should be in compared to the ones that they're saying they're going to get in.
You mentioned the competition with all the teams that have been bunched together through most of the years. What do you think that competitiveness is going to be like next week in DC?
I told our team in my 6th, this will be 7 going to the ACC tournament. This is the most parity that I've ever seen. And on any given night, anybody can beat you. We don't have one what anybody would consider a weak team in our league, because I think anybody can beat you.
You've coached against, Jeff and Pitt for a couple of years now, but these past 2 seasons, they've had Blake Hinson. What do you, from your perspective, scouting him, what have you seen from him that he's brought to this program?
Well, I just think he's such a big matchup, and even in the game, we had to make some adjustments. If you switch, 1 through 4, he's typically gonna get a smaller guy on him, and he's done a good job of posting and getting to a mid-range and a paint touches and turnarounds. If you don't, and you try to hedge out a little bit, he's a great pick and pop guy, and he's got great range. And so I think that's what makes him really special. Anytime you got a hybrid forward that can score from inside out, they're always the toughest matchups in college basketball. I call them the tight ends of college basketball, where a tight end can run, they can block, they can catch. Where you got a forward in basketball that's kind of, you can move around and do different things. I think that's what makes him a tough matchup.
He was the #1 tight end in the country as a high school football
I did not know
player.
that.
So that's fitting.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I had no idea, but no, he played really well, and he's a tough matchup, and he's had a really good year. You could see him getting better over the last couple of years, but I think he's had a really good year this year.
Was there something that happened in the first half with DJ Horn?
I got to get back to the trainer. I just know I don't know if he turned something. I don't know what it was, but he couldn't go. We looked at him at halftime, and he couldn't go. So I got to figure out what's going on with him. And, I kind of after the game, I talked to the team, and then I went straight to radio and here. So I really haven't had a conversation to figure out what's going on.
Anything else?